Happy Lunar New Year to all the Chinese traders from Malaysia and especially those that are coming from the Oriental Pacific Futures based in KL. Welcome back to the weekly podcast of CPO Trading in Busan, Malaysia. This is Dawang here from pwforex.com, and once again we are back here to give you on the market outlook that was stretched from this week on the 10th February up to the 14th February in the year 2014. And before we start off, I want to give my personal wishes that all of you are able to gallop around and profit just like the wild horse for this coming year, and may all abundance and health be blessed to listeners and traders of Oriental Pacific Futures in Malaysia. Alright, the April contract on last Friday closed at a price of 2577, and Monday morning it was open on a slightly gap up. Alright, trading at the region of 2595, as you can see here. Alright, this is the daily chart of the FCPO April contract. Alright, April contract, and looking at the volume and the open interest, it has the sign since last Friday of contracting. Alright, and that also indicates the market will face a very strong resistance in the region of 2,600 ringgit per ton in the price of FCPO. So this week we're actually putting on a cap. Very strong resistance in the region of 2,600 ringgit per ton. Let us turn into a 60-minute chart and expand it. Alright, from here, 60-minute chart, we also see that it coincides with what we mentioned earlier. Alright, the resistance will be pretty strong in the region of 2600, moving upwards to here. Alright, which is 2460. So 2,600 ringgit per ton to the region of 2,640 ringgit per ton would be very strong resistance with a lot of selling pressure emerging once the market continues to stay here for the next couple of days. Alright, and when the market start turning down in the 60-minute chart, the first sign is turning below 2570. Alright, which will indicate the beginning of a bear sign, because this is also coincidence together with the EMA 200 on the 60-minute chart, 2570. On the weekly chart again, once we check on the 2570, this is where the EMA 420 crossed last week. Alright, and if the market comes back down, there's a possibility of falling back to 2,500 ringgit per ton in the FCPO prices. So in short, we actually conclude this week the market could be moving downwards. Alright, with the resistance emerging with selling pressure from the top side 2,600 up to 2,640, and once turning down, there's a possibility of the market flushing down back to test at the bottoms of 2,500 ringgit per ton. So the expected range is going to be like 100 ringgit per ton to 140 for this coming week on the 10th February up to the 14th of February. Alright, this is the end of the podcast. My name is Dawang here from pwforex.com, and don't forget to come back. Receive your wishes and abundance every week by listening to us. And last but not least, thank you to Oriental Pacific Futures for hosting this program, and may all of you flourish from month to month and from year to year. Thank you very much. Bye bye.